Yo, what up, everybody? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. There's a lot of stuff surrounding the New York Giants right now, some Mike Evans rumors, and we're just a couple days away from Week 1 Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. And I thought, you know what? Let's just go live on the channel, a little Friday happy hour, hang out with the real ones, maybe do a couple of shotguns, throw back some tequila, and let's get ready for New York Football Giants game day. I am excited, just a couple of days away. We got a bunch to talk about. We got a full record prediction. I'm going to go through every single game of the season for the Giants. I'm going to give you my prediction on that game. Also, we're going to go through a Week 1 Giants-Cowboys preview and my 5 keys to victory if the Giants want to start 1-0 and beat the Cowboys for the first time in the last 5 matchups between the two teams. Dave McDrip says, what's the trade? No trade, my guy. Just going on the channel. We're going live, having some fun, hanging out with the squad. Let's get the comment section going as people start to pop in, and we just get everything rolling here on the channel. Shout out your city for me down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you. You know, we used to do this a lot more a while ago on this channel, but we have grown like crazy. Just crossed over 32,000 subs on the channel yesterday. And I want to say thank you to everybody that is subscribed to the channel. But there's new people that aren't, I don't know where you're from. So shout out your city down below. I'll give some shout outs to all the people commenting. My man Mitch Hates Rolly confirmed, says New Jersey. Yeah, love that. Kareem is in Brooklyn. My man Nick's Galaxy he's in New York. Love it. Mimir is in Harlem. Hi is in Yonkers. My man King Carter's in Queens. William Lano. My man is a legend on this channel. He has super chat superstar potential, my man William Lano. He's in Tampa. Neymar is in New Jersey. Jesus Diaz is in Los Angeles. Dave McDrip is in Connecticut. Shane's in Virginia Beach. Hometown, Hudson Valley. Corey is in Forney. Nope, Eagle Killer Edition's in New York. Mr. Cha is in Butte, Montana. Is that right? Is that real, Mr. Rick? If so, I'm jealous. Gregory's in Houston, Texas. Love that. Hardly home, but always repping my guy. Soren's in Connecticut. Wyatt's in Tulsa. Brian is in Parrot River, New York. Smitty, where's Parrot River, New York? We have a new producer on the channel today. Smitty has never been on Giants Now, but he actually grew up in New York.
Dude.
And you're not even a Giants fan, which pisses me the hell off.
I am not. My family is, so I got a little love for the G-men. Can you pronounce it right, though?
I don't know. What did I say?
It's Pearl River, not Parrot River.
He put a T.
Oh, my bad then.
Can you even read?
I can't.
This kid can't read and he can't root for the right football team either. I want everyone to type F Smitty in the comments right now. Let's get it going. He's a damn Seahawks fan. We went through my record prediction. Teaser, I have us beating the Seahawks, and he said it was BS. He said it was BS, and I'm not a fan of that.
I don't have to say it. I know it's BS.
Oh, my God. F. Smitty in the chat. Let's go. From Dave McDrip. Cha. King Carter says you're fired. Nope says F. Smitty. Michael says, is that Seeps? No, it's not Seeps. Seeps took the day off. He's actually on vacation, as he would call it. The word's vacation. But if you ever ask Seeps to say that word, he calls it vacation. It's like, that's just not how you say it. It's
Chicago, man.
It's vacation. He's on vacation. So we got the Seahawks producer in the building today. Welcome him on, Tyler Smith. We call him Smitty. He's a good guy, but a terrible sports fan.
I can't dispute the second part. I am a good guy. Happy to be here on Giants Now with you guys. Pumped
You
up.
were at one point a Giants fan.
I was at one point. Listen, I was birthed into the G-men. This might make a lot of you guys mad. Couldn't really deal with Mr. Manning behind center after those Super Bowl. You know, I will say one thing. I don't want to piss you guys off too much, but outside of those Super Bowls, the guy was hard to root for. It was hard to root for.
See, that's the difference between me and Smitty. No matter how hard it gets, I'm riding or dying with this franchise. Whereas you, if the Seahawks go on like a 10-year stretch, your fandom's going to be up for sale.
No, they're not. No, it's just not. I'm locked in now. I'm absolutely locked in. They were mediocre there for a couple of years, for the last couple of years of Russell Wilson, and I never faded, not once.
Yeah, mediocre isn't still making the playoffs.
Well, that's just the standard in Seattle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you've never had to go through a hard time as a Seattle Seahawks fan. Or as a Boston Celtic fan, or a New York Yankee fan.
I mean, we went 5-12. Or we went 5-12 last year, like 6-11. It was pretty rough.
Oh, well, 6-11, real tough. F Smitty in the chat. Let's go. Smitty's a fair weather Giants fan. He doesn't even deserve the title of being called a Giants fan.
Listen, I am a Giants. I'll support the Giants. There was a long stretch of time where I despised the G-men. Now I got a couple of buddies at home who make it pretty fun to root for the Giants when I can. So I was at the week 17 game last year, the playoff clincher against the Colts.
Landon Collins, pick 6.
Yes, I watched it live. Turning back the clock.
Love that. My man P. Moore says Smitty should have ran the ball. He should have. He should have ran the ball.
Listen, I stand by that call. Stand by the call to pass it. I do.
You are such a loser.
I do.
Dude, this guy is the worst sports fan of all time. Look, Smitty's not a real one. I want to know who the real Giants fans are out there. Spam real one in the chat. If you bleed New York Giants blue, not Seahawks neon green and navy and teal and silver and all the 16 colors that they have, spam the real ones if you are a real one. And we'll give you some shout-outs. My man Raymond, Mr. K9, King Lobo, Soren, Vincent, Shane, G-Men, Dave, throwing in, Cha, Pedro, Brian, Manny, Nelson, King Kata, Me Too You Medias has been doing this for 28 years. You come out of the womb a Giants fan if you're a real one. My man Rob Simpy. Hi, William Lano. He says, I'm not going to lie, that like is clean. I don't know. That lime is clean. Yeah, I don't mind the lime green jerseys, but it ain't better than the blue or the white with the red.
I will argue. I mean, listen, I'll say this. The Giants...
They're simple, but they're clean and crispy.
When they're playing a game, like Sunday Night Football, for instance, you look at the OBJ game, it's going to be the same thing week 1 against Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. That blue helmet,
it pops.
It pops at night, man.
It does. They have a great blue. It's a good blue.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Get the real ones in the chat. Let's focus in back on football right here. I don't know if we're actually Eli Manning days away or what. I tweeted it out this morning. I guess if today's Friday, you got to go to bed Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday. We are 9 sleeps away from week 1, Sunday night football. Giants, Cowboys. I want you guys to predict the score. Predict the score for me of Sunday night's matchup, week 1, Giants, Cowboys. Smitty, I would love to get your score prediction here of this one, man. I would love to get this as a non-biased, piece in this, I would call you.
Yeah. I don't think there's any secret here. And listen, Giants fans, you can believe this, but I believe that the Dallas Cowboys roster is better, stronger than the New York Giants. That said, the Giants have a substantially better coaching staff, play calling. I like their schemes better. Their younger talent, they probably have more younger talent than the Cowboys. So this is going to be a competitive game. It's obviously as good of a chance as they have to beat Dallas in the regular season, obviously just because it's at home. But
healthy, Darren Waller healthy, Paris Campbell healthy.
You don't know how long that's going to last.
Exactly.
So you got that for now. If I had to give a prediction and score, I'm going to go with, I think the Giants eke it out.
Oh!
I do.
Let's go. Let's go, Smitty. It's still F Smitty, no doubt about it. But that was the smartest thing you've said since I vouched for you to be hired here.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, by the way. I will go with 21-18.
Wow, low scoring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a defensive battle. 2 strong defenses, some of the strongest in the NFC.
I'm going to go 27-23 because I think for the Giants to win, they have to hold some of those Cowboys drives to 3. So I'm giving them 23. I think it's good. Hopefully you hold them to a lot of field goals. You're able to capitalize in the red zone. The Giants were one of the best red zone offenses in the National Football League last year. And I only expect that to elevate with the addition of Darren Waller. Isaiah Hodgins for a full season. A healthy Sterling Shepard at least while he is still active on this roster. I really do believe the Giants can and will win Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. There's just something about this team that feels special right now, man. I fully believe in Brian Dable. I fully believe in Mike Kafka. I fully believe in Wink Martindale. I think there's a new swag. I think there's a new energy. And I'm speaking into existence. Giants, week 1, getting the dub against the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I'm rolling with. 27-23. We did get our first super chat of the day. Let's go to that. My man Ambassador coming in with a $5 super chat. Ambassador 130. You sent that in right when the intro screen was going. That makes you a real one, my man. We appreciate you. $5 super chat. Says, I got Daniel Jones improving across the board. Over 4,400 passing yards, 500 rush yards, over 68% completion, over 34 pass TDs, 5 rushing TDs, under 11 picks. You know, I always get asked this. Look, I hope you're right. I hope all of these hit. For me, though, to be honest with you, and it's no disrespect to you right here, I don't give a damn what his stats are. The only thing I care about is winning. People always ask me, Marshall, what would make a successful season for Daniel Jones? And my answer is this: get us back to the playoffs. Daniel Jones can lead a football team to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. He's a good quarterback. Like, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that consistently have their team in the mix. Shoot, if the Giants win a playoff game again this season, that has to really raise Daniel Jones' profile to being what? A top 12, top 13 quarterback in the NFL? How many quarterbacks have multiple playoff wins? Dak Prescott doesn't. Kirk Cousins doesn't. So I'm just saying, I want the stats to improve. I'd love for 4,400. I'd love for 500 rushing. I'd love for the completion percentage to go up. I'd love for 39 touchdowns. Can we just win? Can we just win football games? I don't care how we win. I just want to be walking into work on Monday morning with my chest freaking poked out like my football team just won a game on Sunday. That's all I care about. I just want to win football games. But I do see him making a leap. I think he gets better. Second year in the system with Dable. Second year in the system with Kafka. Best weapon he's ever had to throw to in Darren Waller. Saquon Barkley back. Best offensive line he's ever had with Evan Neal taking a step, hopefully. Best tackle in the league, and Andrew Thomas. John Michael Schmitz, center, who hopefully is an immediate impact player. You got Paris Campbell, another year Slayton. Like, this is the most talent he's ever had around him. So, of course, I think the stats will improve, but just win football games. That's all I care about.
Marsh, I got a question for you there. Out of all the stats, because like Ambassador gave a pretty good rundown of what he believes DJ's season's going to be, what do you think is the most unlikely there? Because there's some hefty numbers.
34 passing TDs. I would take the under on that.
Yeah.
I would take the under on that. 4,400 passing yards.
That was what stuck out to me.
Is high. I would honestly probably take the under on both of those, but I could easily see him rushing for more than 500 yards and having more than 5 rushing TDs. I mean, last year he ran for 700 yards and had 7 TDs on the ground. So I think I'd go over on the rushing stats. I think the interceptions, I'm hoping for under. Last year he threw for 5. I mean, obviously you're going to ask him to pass more this year. Can we keep that under single digits? That'd be my goal. Under single digits, improve the touchdowns through the air from 15 to 20 plus. Can I get close to 30 combined touchdowns? That's kind of where I'm floating right there. That would be what I want to see from this team. Ambassador, we appreciate the $5 super chat, homie. Thank you. We do have a super chat menu today, as it is Friday. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I'm off the next 3 days. I'm ready to party. I'm ready to have some fun with the Giants fans. I'm ready to get rolling for this team. All righty. Every super chat, we're giving you a shout-out. If you send in a $10 super chat It's happy hour. We're taking tequila shots. I'll take one, and Smitty over there will take a tequila shot. We got the Silver Patron on deck. Every time we get to $50 in super chats, like once we get to 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, we're going to do a beer shotgun race. We're already up to $12. Once we get to 50, we'll do a beer shotgun race. If you send in a $100 super chat, we're going to add you to the New York Giants boot Hall of Fame out there. We'll put a sticker with your initials on our Giants boot. There's already some people over there. And if somehow we get to $500 today, I'm doing a beer boot. I'm doing a beer boot. I'm ready to do a tequila shot. I'm ready to shotgun a beer. And I'm ready to talk about some New York Giants football. My man Lumbagus coming in with a $2 super chat. Bro, we appreciate you for tuning in here on a Friday evening. He says the Jets are acting wild. Looking forward to week 8. Yeah, I mean, the Jets are like the little brother that wants to always play you in sports games but can never win. And then they have like a 3-inch growth spurt and they think they're ready to rock with the big dogs. You just got to knock them down one more time for them to understand they are forever and will always be the little bro at MetLife Stadium. The fact you call it JetLife Stadium and you have a worse record than the Giants do at that stadium, never won a playoff game there, it just doesn't make much sense to me. I remember the last time the New York Jets said it was JetLife Stadium, and then Victor Cruz went 99 yards to the house, and the Giants went on to win a Super Bowl. So I hope they keep calling it JetLife Stadium. We'll see in Week 8, though, who the better football team is. My man Matt Lewis coming in with a first-time super chatter. Matt, we appreciate you, Smitty. On Giants now, when we get a first-time super chatter, we give him a little two-clap. So it's like this. A little two-clap for Matt. For Matt. All right, we'll tighten up. We'll get better as we go.
We'll get better.
He's not quite Seeps, but we'll tighten up. We'll get there. Matt, we appreciate the super chat, man. You'll never forget the feeling of this first time you did it. You broke through. Might have been a little bit messy, but this nice warm feeling you have right now, you're going to be chasing it forever. It says, do you see the Giants trading for Mike Evans if he requests a trade? If so, what's fair for him on an expiring contract? Hashtag go DJ. That's my DJ. Matt, we did a video about Mike Evans earlier on the channel. I'll answer your question now, but I do would appreciate if you checked it out. So if you don't know the backstory, Mike Evans is in a contract negotiation with the Tampa Bay Bucks. His agent gave the Bucks a deadline of Saturday of next week prior to week 1 and said, if we don't have a deal done by this, we're not negotiating during the season, and my client is going to enter NFL free agency. Which brings up the counterpoint. Are the Bucks going to let it get that far? They reportedly haven't made him a contract offer yet. Not going to let him leave for nothing in free agency, right? They could try to trade him for maybe a pick. That's where the Giants come into play. Ryan Dunleavy, who was a beat reporter for the Giants, was plugged in with the Daniel Jones contract news. First one to break that. He's been plugged into Saquon Barkley all offseason long. He's been the mouthpiece for him. So right now, Dunleavy is the source for the Giants. And he pretty much said, don't be surprised if the Giants are interested. And when the beat reporter says that, they may have got a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think the Giants would be interested, to be honest with you. If Mike Evans became available, I do think the Giants would give him a call. I don't think that I would give him anything more than a third-round pick. I see my man Cha in the chat says, can the Giants afford Evans? When you trade for him, you're going to have to give him a new deal. And the Giants have a lot of cap space down the line. Not so much right now. So they could trade for him, Cha, give him a contract extension, and change his money this year from salary to a signing bonus. Doesn't count against the cap. There's always ways to manipulate it. But with a trade would come a new contract, and then you could push that money further down into the road. I don't know about you, Smitty. I don't think, because you're going to have to pay him a lot of money. I wouldn't go anything lower or higher, whatever verbiage or whatever word you want to say, a third-round pick. And the reason for that is you got to give up a day 2 pick, and you're going to have to pay him, what, $70 million? 3 years, $70 million? 3 years, $80 million? Like, you're going to have to pay him a lot of money and give up a pick. So I think having to give someone a contract lowers their trade value, and I think teams know that when they're trading players.
Well, it's the same deal that's happening with Jonathan Taylor now, a couple other guys.
Jalen Ramsey only went for a third-round pick, and then the Dolphins had to guarantee his deal.
I'm sure when Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, those guys were exploring the market, I'm sure that teams weren't too crazy about giving them big high draft capital as well.
30 years old, will be 31 next August.
Next August, he'll be 31.
Yeah.
I find it, I'm hard-pressed to find somebody who will pay this man upwards of over $20 million a year when he's in his age 31 season, age 31 to age 33 seasons, especially for a guy who, he gets banged up sometimes throughout the season. He doesn't miss long stretches, but he'll miss 1-2 games here, 2 games there. Still rack up those 1,000 yards, of course, but
never had a season without 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's hard to
Last
look at.
2 years, he's missed 3 games. Year before that, played the full season. In 2019, he missed 3 games.
Yeah.
So
he's missing small stretches.
But he's not missing half a season or anything
No, which is good. He's a durable player for the most part, but age is not just a number when it comes to the NFL.
So would you third-round pick if you're the Giants? Not interested at all?
I would third-round pick, but
Bucks call you right now and say, Joe Shane, if you give us a third-round pick, we'll trade you to Mike Evans right now. Yes or no?
I have to talk to Mike Evans' representation, talk about a deal before I hit send on a trade.
Agreed. I agree with that statement.
If it's I wouldn't even go 3-year deal. I'd go 2 years, 2 years, $42 million is probably as much as I'm going.
Yeah, and you could probably make it
not
seem
what he's going to get.
And you could make it seem like a 3-year deal, and that third year is a little fake year, void year.
Yeah, throw an incentive-based third year in there. Maybe you could. Yeah. I would agree to that as well.
Man, I think I would do it for a third-round pick just because I think that really, really elevates this team, man. Imagine trotting out a lineup of Darren Waller, Saquon Barkley, Mike Evans, Jalen Hyatt, Paris Campbell, Darius Slayton. You become, I think, one of the most impactful, fire-powered offenses in this league. I think a third-round pick is fair, Matt. I'm not sure what he would go for if he does get traded, but I'd stick to a third-round pick. Matt, we appreciate the super chat. G-Men for life, my guy, coming in with a $10 super chat. Every $10 super chat today, we're taking shots at tequila because it's Friday. Shout out to you, my man. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We got over 205 people watching. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Once we get to 100 likes, I'll do another shot of tequila. My man says, Marsh, no worries with our offense. It's the defense that concerns me. Tell us a nice bedtime story about how our defense stops Dallas offense weapons next week. Great question. You have to put pressure on Dak Prescott. You have to make Dak Prescott think. You have to make him throw into tight windows. When we go into our preview in a couple of minutes about the Giants versus the Cowboys, one of my keys to victory is putting pressure on Dak. Because if you let Dak sit in a pocket where he doesn't have to think about getting hit, doesn't have to think about coming off his first read, he's going to be able to throw to CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be able to throw to Brandon Cooks. He's going to hit Tony Pollard in the flat. He's going to find a Michael Gallup. You got to get pressure. That's what it is. Dak is really good against the blitz, so you need to be good and sticky in coverage as well. But you have to find a way for Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, and Leonard Williams to win this football game. If your front on defense beats the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, your chances of winning rise exponentially. So that is my number one key to victory for the defense. Get after Dak Prescott. If he throws you a pick, you better catch it because he will throw it to you. If he hits you in the chest, take it the other way. I don't want to see any more Adoree Jackson drops picks like last year. I don't want to see Xavier McKinney drop any more picks. Take advantage of the balls that he is going to throw it to you because I would be shocked if Dak does not throw a pick. Get after the quarterback, put pressure on him, and make him think and come off his first read. That is how you beat the Dallas. And stop the run. You can't let Tony Pollard tear you up. You can't let them be an effective pass offense and an effective run offense. You have to take one of their strengths away. Martindale's going to have his hands full with two rookie corners on the outside. Got to generate pressure. Can't have those guys in coverage all night long. G-Men for life. Thank you, brother. And cheers. My man, Rebel Montana. Rebel Montana. Rebel Montana. Rebel, go home, Rebel. Go home. We appreciate the $1 super chat. Rebel, if you send in a 50, Rebel, we're doing a beer shotgun race. Beer shotgun race, Rebel, just for you. Lord Buddy Bear in the chat, my man. He says, take a shot for what you said about Raiders fans a week ago. Buddy Bear, it's just me and you right here. No one else is watching. When I refer to Raiders fans, it's not you I'm talking about. It's the other people out there. We're homies. But, Buddy Bear, you're my guy. You support everyone here at Chat Sports. So I'm taking a shot for you as well. Every $10 super chat today, I'm taking a shot at tequila. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. At least that's what someone said. I'm not taking back what I said. Oh, no. Rebel Montana. We'll get to that in a second. Dave McDrip coming in with a $2 super chat. 2 keys this year, O-line and pass rush. You win in the trenches. I was taught that at a very young age, and I've seen that to be true in football. Think about the 2 Super Bowls the Giants won. They had great O-lines, and they had great pass rush. You win in the trenches. Your big boys put up W's for you on Sundays. 100% agree, my guy Dave. 100% agree. Gerald Stewart coming in with their first ever super chat. Gerald, we appreciate it. Smitty, a little 2 clap for Gerald. That was better. That was better.
Sir.
That was a little more crisp. That was a little tight like that. Gerald, thank you for the $2 super chat. If you comment something down below, we'll talk about it. Don't be afraid to include a message in your super chat. My man Grim coming in with a $10 super chat. Grim was our super chat MVP, I believe, week 1 of the preseason. He went to the Giants-Panthers game, I believe. My mind gets faded. Got some tickets for Mr. Rick. Grim, we appreciate it. Says, who do you think is going to be the Giants standout player in week 1 against the Dallas Cowgirls? One, we call them the Clown Boys on this channel. Cowgirls, really, it doesn't. What does that mean these days? But standout player? Could Kayvon Thibodeau on primetime be like, I'm here, I'm that guy, I'm going to be a game wrecker in year 2 after being the number 5 pick overall out of Oregon? That's what I want to see. I want to see Kayvon Thibodeau step up and be like, I'm here to stay, I'm here to wreck games. I want this defensive line to wreck the game. I'd love for us to come out of Sunday Night Grim and be like, Daniel Jones is the real deal. He's our quarterback of the future. I mean, we know that, but it's like, he's our franchise. Like, everyone buys into that. I'm in on Daniel Jones. But could we see him throw for 3, do what he did against the Vikings to the Cowboys, rush for 7 first downs, throw it all over the yard? Give me Kayvon, though. That's what I want to see. I want to see Kayvon do it. But there's a lot of guys. Could it be Darren Waller? Could it be Saquon Barkley? Could it be Dexter Lawrence? There's a lot of studs on this team. I love the direction we're going, Grim. Rebel Montana. Rebel Montana. $50 super chat. My man, Rebel Montana. I told Rebel if he said in a 50, I'd do a beer shotgun. He said 5 shots instead. All right, we'll do 5 shots of tequila. And then it's going to get a little crazy on this show. Smitty. We're loading up the drink. Do they all have to be for me? Because that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. But I'll do it just for my man Rebel. Just for Rebs. You know, Raiders fans, I know that Mitch has been getting the leg sleeve tattoo on the show the past couple of days. He hasn't been drinking. We'll do the drinking for him today on the show. That's all I got to say. Cheers, Rebs. It's all for you.
I don't even like tequila, bro.
Oh, man. I got one more, and I'm going to slow down for a sec, all right? This will be the third. Woo! We'll get back to it.
I've done 2, so that's 5 total so far.
He wants me to take them all, and I'm not backing down from Rebel. I'm not backing. Boom. Rebel, I'll take 2 more for you in a second. My man AC, my guy, always chiming in. Yeah, the tequila works. Always chiming in the comments section. I appreciate you, man. I always check the comments, and I always see you down there, bro. Much love. Says, Marsh, 1-0 start, baby. Let's punch him in the mouth like we did the Titans last year. We're winning the division. You heard it here first. Hey, man, I'm always down to start 1-0 against the Dallas Cowboys as my boss, who is a Dallas Cowboy fan, looks in on here. Look, the schedule for the Giants, the first 11 games, they have 7 road games. And you play, I think, 6 playoff teams from last year in that stretch. You could really set yourself up for success down the line by winning week 1. Because then you get the Cardinals week 2, and they might be trying to lose games on purpose. If you can start the season 2-0, you're setting yourself up for a little cushion. When you have to play a team like the Niners, and you have to play a team like all these other teams. So that could be crazy. AC, like I used to say all last year, come out week 1 and punch these mother effers in the mouth. Let's take the Cowboys down. My man John Scheffler, repping for Raider Nation in the chat. He got bored of that tattoo show over there. No drinking? That's lame. My man John, I appreciate you. I don't know if you heard the deal. I said if we get to $500 in super chats today, I'm doing a beer boot. I'm doing a beer boot today if we get to 500. I'm about to punch it in the mouth. Let's get it going. Scheffler, salute to you, brother. You are a real one. Jimmy, my man Jimmy coming in with a first-time super chat for Jimmy. That's right. Smitty, you got to tighten up. Do I got to throw the better lob?
You did like 3. You've done 3 different cadences so far.
You got to be there. All right, so it's going to be like this. First-time super chat for Jimmy. For Jimmy. That's where it is.
All right.
That's where it is. That's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot.
All right.
Jimmy, my man, he says, do you think any of our receivers have over 1,000 yards? I think the only player that can have over 1,000 yards receiving on this team is Darren Waller. If you want to count him as a receiver, I'm cool with that because I think if he plays every single game this year, he's going to lead this team in almost every single receiving category. I can see Waller having a monster year this year. And I know we got some Raiders fans in the chat right now, and I love that they're going to have to see Darren Waller wearing big blue dominating this year. I just really think that he's got something to prove. He really does. As we did get a $50 super chat from Rob Rodriguez. Bang! My man Rob Rodriguez, the GOAT of New York sports. Chat sports, my man, says a tattoo isn't going to add W's to the Raiders' record. No more than 4 wins for the Raiders this year. My man is coming out. Boom. Shots fired from Rob Rodriguez. My man's a legend, and he's bringing the smoke with him. Drop those double R's in the comment section. Look, when Rob Rod shows up, drop the double R's. Show some respect. Show him the love that he shows to this channel. Rob, I would never get a tattoo, to be honest with you. It's just not me. It's not my style. But I did see Mitch almost cry a little bit while getting that tattoo. It reminded me of when we beat them in the Super Chat battle. That's kind of what it reminded me of. But Rob, you the man, and I think the Raiders are also going to be a bad football team this year. I don't believe in Jimmy G. I don't think he's a guy that could stay healthy, and I don't think that Josh McDaniels is a good coach. I don't know if I'm in the minority there. Jay Liv says it's 5 o'clock in Houston. Party time. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. My man Rob came in with the 50 after Rebel did. I owe 2 more shots for Rebel, but I'm going to knock down this beer shotgun for my man Rob Rod real quick. Rebel, we appreciate the 50, brother. You know what? I'll do one more, and then I got one more. This will be number 4 for me. This will be number 4. Rebel, appreciate you, homie.
Tequila shots, crazy.
Woo!
There you go.
All righty.
Oh.
How about this? Everyone that types double R in the comment section right now, Smitty's going to give you a shout out.
Yes,
Smitty's
sir.
giving you a shout out while I knock down this Happy Dad beer shotgun. My man Rob, we appreciate you, brother. The
Spam
GOAT.
RR. Mitch hates Rolly confirmed. What a name, saying RR. Cha saying RR. Nope. Eagle, Killer Whale, Killer Edition, saying RR. Jesus Diaz saying RR. A Framing saying RR. Here we go. Come on.
Woo!
John Smith, Rosario Guzzo, MSHRM, with Jedi Falcon, Moosehead, Jimmy Corleone, what up, Jimmy? Brian Dudek, Michael Vasquez saying arg arg. This isn't a pirate show. We got Me to You Media saying RR. We got, oh man, The Bye. See, Storm Daddy. We got Sam Carrion. We got, come on, keep spamming those RRs in the chat. Let's go.
As John Scheffler comes in with a $5 super chat, he says, Rob, put your money where your mouth is. I got 500. We win more than 4 games.
Wild.
What's the, let me look some up.
Find the line. Usually this was what
The
we're
Raiders win total for this year is 6.5. 6.5. That under is going to be crazy.
That under is a lot.
The under for the Raiders on 6.5 wins might be the lock of the lock of the locks.
The Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster. Under 6.5. The fact that the Giants win total is 7.5 and the Raiders is 6.5 is crazy.
Tougher schedule. Giants
Tougher
have a real
schedule.
Tough schedule, yeah.
For sure. You want to hand me that trash can real quick right there, Smitty, by your left leg?
Yeah.
Just so I can disperse of the death row over here. Rob says, John, let's do 1,000. Don't do 4. Do what the Las Vegas line is. 6.5. 6.5. Just do the line. Just do the line. No need to be a line setter. Just do the line. Under 6.5 is a lock, though. Under 6.5 is a lock. That's what I'm going to set the line at for both of you. 6.5. Or who wins more games? Giants, Raiders. We could do that too. Is John Scheffler in for that? Who wins more games? Giants, Raiders? I think that's the most logical bet here.
The Vegas line is close enough. Maybe Rob Rod could give him a little juice on that. Maybe like a 600 for 500 type deal.
Or if John Scheffler's so confident, just which team wins more games.
That's true. John Scheffler.
Johnny seems a little confident over there. And I love the confidence from Sheffy.
He's talking a big game, which I respect.
I think you just bet who wins more games.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
Straight up. Say F the books.
F the books. As my man, Magic Man. Now you see me. Now you don't. Magic Man coming with a $2 super chat. Salute, Brody. Says Giants 24, Cowboys 20. Giants 24, Cowboys 20. In. I'm in. I like that score prediction. I do. I think if the Giants are going to win this game, they're going to have to hold the Cowboys probably to under 24 points. That would be that's my line I'm putting out there. If the Giants can hold the Cowboys to under 24 points, I like their odds of winning this one. Magic Man said he's attending the game as well. Be a real one. Be a real one when you're in the stadium. John says no. He said 4. I got 500 for 4. Oh, come on, Sheffy. You think you're going to win less games than the Giants? Is that what you're saying? Sounds like you might be a little scared, my man. A little bit scared. No need to pride bet here, Rob Rod. No pride bet this guy. Good said, come see me at the Coaches Club. That's elite. That's elite. Jay Liv coming in with a $5 super chat says, tell Mitch there's no crying in football. Houston, whoops, meant Dallas. We are in Dallas, Texas. We are live in D-Town. Love that. All righty, we do have content to get to. We're at $174 in super chats. If we get to 500, I'm doing a beer boot. Doing a beer boot. We get to 500. Once we get to 200, I'm doing another beer shotgun. Another beer shotgun. If you want the show to start, though, hit that thumbs up icon. We got 230 people watching, 100 likes. Let's get up to Mr. Rick said he's coming by the Coaches Club, Rob Rod. So y'all should definitely get together, say hello. It'd be cool if y'all got a picture together. I'm putting that on the show. I'm putting that on the show for show. On the show for show. Hit that thumbs up icon, though. Help us get to 150 likes, tequila shots when we do. I owe one more tequila shot for my man Rebel Montana. And then that's probably, might be capped on my tequila. Might be capped. Oh! Queenie! $100 super chat! Bang! Queenie, we are not worthy. The Queen of New York Giants now, Queenie. We are not worthy. We're not worthy. Chugs, come up on here, my man. Come up on here, Chugs. Who wins more football games this year, Giants or Raiders? Objectively. I know you're wearing a Raiders Report t-shirt and all, but what do you objectively think? Giants win total in Vegas, 7.5. Raiders, 6.5.
For the Raiders, I said their win projection 10-6-1.
10-6-1. You're projecting a tie.
Giants, I'm going 9-7-1.
We'll do another tie for the Giants. If the Giants tie another game this year, I may not be doing the watch party next week because I was almost stressed myself out to death last time I did it. Queenie, you are an absolute legend. Continue to amaze me, Queenie. You continue to blow me away. You continue to amaze me. Never says anything in the chat, just drops 100. And then boom, just bang, goes away. Queenie, we love you. Thank you very much. It goes a long way to supporting this channel. Helps us expand studios. People always ask, where do the super chats go? I'll tell you this. When I started at Chat Sports, it was January of 2021. We had a COO at the time. We had a CEO. And then there was 5 employees. I was the 5th employee. Smitty, you were hired when?
2 months ago.
Smitty was hired 2 months ago. And now we went from 5 employees to 2021 January to, I think, 26.
I believe we're at 26 now.
I believe we're at 26 now in August of 2023. So in 2.5 years, we 5x'd our staff. And it's because of people like Queenie, Rich, Rob Rod, John Scheffler, all the real ones, Rosario Guzzo, all of you guys. Like, it's incredible. What it doesn't go in my pocket. It goes into us expanding studio space. We just bought more studios across the hall. We continue to hire people. It's incredible the way you guys to continue to support us and the way Chat Sports continues to grow. We're taking over the sports content world, and it's because of people like you. Magic Man, now you see me, now you don't. You as well. Everyone that watches these shows, man, it's for everybody.
Spam Queenie, I'll give you a shout out. I'll march downs.
Love that. Everyone that types Queenie in the chat right now, my man Smitty's going to give you a shout out as I'm taking one back. Let's ride.
Come on, Spam Queenie, let's go. All right, hey, what up? Let's go Eagle Killer Edition. How we doing? There we go.
Woo!
John Lieberman. There we go. Patrick Leanin. Mitch Hayes Rolly confirmed. Gavin Garber, Michael Vasquez, Ryan Blazer, Cha, Efraining, Sinister Times, Lubangus. I don't even know how to say that. Lumbagus. There we go. My bad. Brian Dudick, PS4 user, get a PS5. Chris Estrada, Rosario Guzzo, Nicole O'Brien, The Bye, Joey DeLuca, that's a New York name if I've ever heard one. MSHRM, let's go. Oh, whoa. No. All right, here we go. Magic Man, there we go. Now you see me, now you don't. Rob Rod says, Marsh needs some stock in Chat Sports.
They take care of me. I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world. I really am.
Dante Moore, Fernando Medina, Yeah, good stuff, guys.
You guys are awesome.
Queenie, the queen of Giants
Queenie,
now.
the queen of New York Giants now. Rob, you the man, bro. Queenie, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. We were debating if we even wanted to go live, and we were like, you know what? We got Giants to talk about. Let's do it. We haven't even gotten to a cut. It's been 45 minutes. That's how awesome you guys are.
Ridiculous.
Ambassador coming with a $10 says, why aren't the G-men considered Super Bowl contenders? In the NFC, there's the Niners, Phillies, and Cowboys. We are talented enough to beat any of them. I see this team as good as any given Sunday. Right. I mean, it's a National Football League. Look, I told you guys last year, I had the Giants going 10-7, and people said, you're biased. You don't believe that. You're just being a brown noser. You're catering to their offense, your audience. I was a freaking tied football game away from the Washington Commanders from being right on with my record prediction. I'm hoping my record prediction's right again, but I believe in this team, and I believe in Brian Dable. I believe in Daniel Jones. I believe in Saquon Barkley, Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau. There are a lot of blue-chip prospects on this team. They are talented. Not one of the deepest teams, I will admit that. But I think any Sunday the Giants can win. I really do believe that. I think any game the Giants can win, and that's because of coaching. Coaching goes a long way in the National Football League. I think Brian Dable is one of the best coaches in the league. Why are we Super Bowl contenders? Because of Daniel Jones. That's why. The media doesn't believe in him. That's why. I mean, I think that's why. If you don't know, that's why. It's Daniel Jones. People don't believe in him. People just don't believe in Daniel Jones. But I don't know many teams that have just as many top-end talented players as we do. My prediction, 49ers take a step back this year. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. How many years can you get by with shit quarterback play? How many? And you just lost your defensive coordinator in, what's his name?
Saleh?
No.
You went to the Jets? I don't know.
D'Amico Ryans, head coach for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Niners are the team that I think takes a step back. I really do, man. I don't believe in Brock Purdy.
My hot take there is that, so you said you don't believe in Brock Purdy. My hot take is Sam Darnold will start football games for them this year.
Agreed. I think Sam Darnold will start games for the Niners, and if he does, they're going to be a better team because of it. Magic Man coming back with a $2 super chat. Now you see me. Now you don't. Magic Man, PlayStation or Xbox? I choose PlayStation. I have the new Xbox. That's what I'm on. If anyone's trying to get cooked in Madden, let me know. I'd probably cook Smitty. We'll run it up sometimes, though.
We could actually get a game going on stream. Like, if you're really thinking you're just going to dominate me like that, like, I'll embarrass you on your own channel.
Magic Man. I don't even know what my gamer tag is anymore. I think it's like mgreen10 or something like that.
TJ Money Sign if you want to run it.
TJ Money Sign, you collect L's. Lumbagus coming in with a $5 super chat. Last time the Jets were getting so much attention, the Giants won the Super Bowl out of nowhere. Hard Knocks equals Aaron Rodgers propaganda. It is. It's ridiculous. Aaron Rodgers, the whole thing with Jihad Ward, I don't even want to spend any time on it because it pisses me the hell off. Dude said he's just making up shit. Jihad Ward said he hit Aaron Rodgers late because of the hit that Randall Cobb had on Bobby McCain on the illegal crackback block, got flagged 15 yards, and he saw Rodgers and Randall Cobb laughing in their huddle. And they showed that on Hard Knocks, and that was the reason Jihad Ward said he did what he did. And then Rodgers said, I think he's just making shit up. Bro, it's on HBO. You guys are laughing at a veteran player in Randall Cobb knocking out another veteran player. Where the fuck's the code? Fuck you, Randall Cobb. Rob Rodriguez coming in with a $50 super chat again. Rob, you are the legend, man. That shit fires me up. As a professional, you don't do that to another veteran in this league.
No.
Bobby McCain's been in the league for almost 10 years. Randall Cobb's been in the league since I was in middle school. You don't do that. And then Rodgers lied and said they're making it up. Like, they didn't zoom in on Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers' freaking face in the huddle. Rodgers said, Cobby, you just lost all your preseason money. No, they didn't make it up. I don't hate the Jets, but I'm starting to hate the Jets. Rob, I got another beer shotgun for you. I said every $50 we get, we got some more out there.
Jeez.
We're doing it. I don't know why that shit just fires me up so much, Smitty. I don't know why.
If a guy is coming at your guys, it's natural human instinct to get a little fired up about it.
Like, and then he just said he's making it up. Like, HBO didn't zoom in on Aaron Rodgers' face saying, Cobby, you just lost all your money. So they knew in the moment it was wrong.
Yeah.
And then Randall Cobb's BS excuse. Oh, I blacked out. Fuck you, Cobb.
Dirty play, man.
Ridiculous. It was dirty as hell in the preseason against another veteran and Bobby McCain, and he gave him a concussion.
Like you said, he's been in the league for 15 years now. Like, what are you doing that for? You shouldn't even be playing in the game, realistically.
He sucks. Randall Cobb sucks. He's only in the league because of Aaron Rodgers.
And he's getting dragged around by the coattails of Aaron Rodgers.
Ridiculous. Sorry for my rant right there, but
Couple F-bombs. That's how you know Marsh is real fired up.
pissing me the hell off. The tequila with the happy dads works. It works, Smitty. Everyone type those double R's in the comments. He says, you're hearing it here first. Giants will beat the 49ers week 3. We start 3-0.
I got shout-outs for those who spam double R.
We're going to go through my record prediction coming up around the corner. But as long as the super chats flow, we'll flow.
That's great. They can start 3-0, but they'll lose week 4. It's cool.
Mr. Rick, keep count of that. I'm not allowed to go over 5. I was told I'm not allowed to go over 5 F-bombs. Sorry if there was kids watching, but I'm just being me. I'm just being authentic. That's all I can be.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff, off the dome, just spit bars.
Let's go.
Rob, you're a legend, brother. Shout out to you.
Shout out Rob Rodriguez because we got Magic Mike spamming RR. We got Neymar spamming RR. We got Cha saying LOL. We got Joey DeLuca. We got Nicole O'Brien. We got Rosario Guzzo. We got Eagle Killer. We got Queenie saying RR. We got C. Sanders. We got
Queenie
Lumbagus.
typed RR?
Yeah, Queenie typed
Queenie!
RR. Yeah. We got C. Sanders. We got Lumbagus. We got John Lieberman. We got Magic Man. Come on, man.
I got to calm down a little bit. I got to calm down.
Yeah, you've been hammering it.
The Rodgers thing really pissed me off, man. It really did. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that. And then for him to say he's making stuff up like it wasn't on HBO's Hard Knocks of them laughing about Bobby McCain getting hurt. That shit pissed me off. That pissed me off. Cam Johnson, my man, says you should do a gaming stream where you play viewers. I would just cook all of y'all. I would cook every single one of you. Smitty has seen me play Madden. My play calling is crazy at the line of scrimmage.
So mid, it's crazy.
my IQ, the hot routes and all that, ridiculous. I'm crazy with it.
Pre-snap, Marsh, he's sweaty, man. The guy's thumbs are going crazy. All the pre-snap adjustments.
I see the coverage and I see Smitty hanging it too high. I'm going a little smash concept.
It's really 3 high when I have the entire middle of the field covered with my user.
Your user game is sus.
Oh.
User game is sus. Ambassador coming in with a $2 super chat says, what's your win-loss in our primetime games this year? We'll do that. Are we going to start with that? Okay, we're going to do our Giants-Cowboys Week 1 preview, and then we're going to dive into our record prediction, and then we got a Q&A.
Ambassador, you just got to wait and see for those primetime.
Joey, you said you're going to whoop me? What if we did like once a week I played someone on live? Would y'all watch that? Would you guys watch me play type Y for yes, type N for no? I would have to be the Giants, though.
Yeah.
Like,
it would be in every game you'd have to try to beat the Giants.
The viewer would have to be the player, the team that the Giants are playing that week. Would 100%. You guys want to see me play viewers in Madden online? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Gavin says no, I'm too old to watch. Chris Paul said I'll be the Eagles. Yeah, be the best team on the game. I'll smoke you fools. I'll smoke you. With Isaiah Simmons, too, in the middle, best user in the game, 93 speed. That's crazy. That's crazy. Pedro says maybe. The Hibby? I can't even read. The words are mushing all together. All righty, let's get into our Giants-Cowboys.
Let's do it.
Giants-Cowboys preview. We are 9 sleeps away from Week 1 Sunday Night Football. We're going to go through my keys to victory for the Giants to start the season 1-0. Gavin says, LOL, more beer, Marsh. It'll help you read. I don't know if that's how it works. I think once it gets hard, it only gets harder.
That's definitely not how it works.
I don't think that's how it works. whatever's going to help you make the cuts easier. Whatever you do on other channels, just do here. We don't need it. Whatever you think's easiest for you. We're going schedule and record prediction? Or which one did I? Yeah, well, let's start with our record prediction. We're going to do we're going to run through every game on the schedule, and we're going to do my record prediction. All righty. Let me pull up the doc myself. And let's do it. All righty. Brooke says, do you piss in a bottle? No, I'm a human. I piss in the restroom. I just don't. Rob says, depends on the other content. What if it was like a live stream like this and we just finished with the game? Maybe something like that. All righty. Record prediction for every single game. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. And with the season right around the corner, I thought it was a good time to go game by game and give you my record prediction for every single game. And you'll know what I think of this football team and where they're going to end up going into the NFL postseason. We're a couple of days away from Giants, Cowboys. And speaking of the NFC East, if you want the Giants to win the NFC East this year, hit that thumbs up icon right now. It's been proven by science. The more likes we get on today's video, the more likely it is the Giants are going to win the NFC East. Or at least that's what my mother told me. So if you want the Giants to win the NFC East, tap that thumbs up icon right now. Don't jinx it. Don't be the person that I have to track down in February next year and be like, the reason the Giants didn't win the NFC East is your fault. Don't be that guy. All righty. Some schedule notes that I have for this team. The Giants have the third toughest schedule based off of 2022 win percentage. It's not going to be an easy schedule. And it's unfortunate. But they do have 6 primetime games. You're going to play Christmas Day against the Eagles. Hopefully the Giants or Santa delivers a dub for the Giants. It's going to be a tough schedule, though. 5 playoff teams from last year. You play them in the first 6 games. You have 7 road games in the first 11 weeks. And then you close out the season playing the Eagles twice in the final 3 weeks. It's not going to be easy. It's a much more difficult schedule than last year. Last year's schedule was one of the easiest in the NFL, and that's why I had the Giants last year in my record prediction at 10-7. I was wrong. They finished 9-7-1. They didn't tie with Washington. I would have been spot on. Let's see how I do this year, though. Let's start with Week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday Night Football, I have the Giants starting with a W. I just think that the Giants are going to be ready to go Week 1. And a reason that I have them winning this game is because a concern I have with the Giants as the season goes on is their ability to stay healthy. Well, you don't have to worry about that in Week 1. Darren Waller's going to play. Paris Campbell's going to play. All the injury-prone players we have will be out there ready to go and rock and roll Week 1. I have the Giants beating the Cowboys Week 1, Sunday Night Football. Then I have them traveling to Arizona, and they're actually going to start 2-0. The Cardinals might be the team that ends up tanking this year, trying to pick first in the 2024 NFL Draft to select Caleb Williams. And I don't think they're a good football team. I don't think they're trying to win games. And therefore, I have the Giants starting 2-0. They stay on the West Coast. And in a short week, I don't think the Niners are going to be great this year. And I think this is a very winnable game for the Giants. But I'm going to have them losing this game. Look, I don't like predicting losses. Losses, I guess is the word there. But I think this one could be tough. Back-to-back West Coast games, back-to-back road games, and a short week on Thursday Night Football. Let's chalk it up to the short week and starting hot. Let's go 2-1 after you lose Week 3 to the Niners. Back in the win column against the Seattle Seahawks, though. Another primetime game. Look at this. Sunday Night Football Week 1. Thursday Night Football Week 3, and then Week 4, you're on Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. Last year, the Giants lost to the Seahawks. They played in Seattle. 2 fumbled punt returns by Richie James. I don't see that happening this year because Richie James is on this football team. I think the Seahawks are going to be good. I think this is a game that whoever has the ball last might win. I think that's going to be the Giants. Give me the G-Men over the Seahawks to start the season 3-1. I'm glad we could bring this back, though, because this is my favorite thing to do. If you love the Giants and you want free Giants content, subscribe. But let's do this. Sub for New York Giants dubs. Sub for dubs. Hit that big red button. Help Giants now get to 32,500 subscribers before week 1 against the Cowboys. All right, so we have the Giants starting 3-1. I actually have them losing in week 5 to the Miami Dolphins. One of those games early in the season that with the Giants traveling from New Jersey to Miami, it's going to be really hot. The Dolphins have an explosive offense. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. You have good running backs, young running backs that are fast. Giants have 2 young, inexperienced corners at the outside. I think they may be able to put a lot of points up on us. So I have the Giants falling to the Dolphins here. I have them also falling to unfortunately, to the Buffalo Bills. Sunday Night Football. I just think on paper, the Buffalo Bills right now are a better football team for the Giants. Just because I predict a loss doesn't mean that they can't win. The Giants could beat the Dolphins. Giants could beat the Bills as well. I just think the Giants are going to be fighting an uphill battle, and it's another road game. Road game. Give me a loss for the G-Men against the Bills. You get back in the win column, though, week 7 against the Washington Commanders. This is the year where you need to beat the Commanders twice. If you want to make a serious playoff push, you need to beat the Commanders. And I have them doing that. I don't think Sam Howell is ready for the big show. I think he might be a fine quarterback in this league eventually, but going up against Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari, Leonard Williams, Isaiah Simmons, Boogie Basham, Jihad Ward, I think this defensive line gets after the Washington O-line, and the Giants get off a dub. Then the Battle of MetLife Stadium, it ain't Jet Life. It is MetLife, and that is the home of the New York Football Giants. Not Aaron Rodgers, not cheap-ass shot Randall Cobb. The Giants are going to beat the New York Jets in the Battle of MetLife. I have them beating the Jets and letting everyone in the NFL know, New York, the football team there, it's still the Giants. Who's the better team, though? I want you to sound off for me in the comment section right now. In 2023, who is the better team? Is it the Giants? Is it the Jets? Type NYG for the Giants. Type NYJ for the Jets. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and let me know who's better. Giants, Jets. I better see the comment section lit up with New York Giants. Week 9, revenge game for Darren Waller. The Giants are losing to the Las Vegas Raiders? Are you serious? The Raiders are one of the worst football teams in the NFL, and Darren Waller might go for 8 catches, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns against that sorry-ass team that traded him for the 100th pick in the NFL draft. Think about this. The Giants got a top 5 tight end in the NFL for the 100th pick in the draft. Las Vegas, I salute you. I've had a lot of fun in that city. And when we come back and play the Raiders, Darren Waller is going to be dancing in the end zone, and it is going to be a crazy, crazy scene. Darren Waller, revenge game. Jimmy Garoppolo probably not playing at that point because he's going to be hurt. It'll be Aiden O'Connell, and Wink Martindale is going to welcome him to the NFL. Give me a dub against the Raiders. Week 10, I had the Giants beating the Cowboys in week 1. I have them losing in week 10, splitting with the Cowboys, which is much improved from last year considering you lost the Cowboys 2 times. Cowboys are a good team, no doubt about it. I'm happy with the split. We're not splitting with the Commanders, though. We're beating them twice. Last year you beat them and you tied. Let's take a step. We're the better team. We're the better organization. We're more coached. We have more talent. Take care of the Commanders. You want to make the playoffs. You want to be in contention for the NFC East. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Giants are a better football team from 1 to 52 in the coaching staff than Washington. Week 12, always a classic when you play the New England Patriots. The 2 Super Bowl games. The Jake Ballard game. I had the Giants beating the New England Patriots as well in Week 12. Give me a dub. Going to be a tough-fought game. I don't think the Patriots are going to be a bad football team. I think this game will come down to the wire, but I think the team with the better quarterback and the better offense wins this game. Give me the Giants over the Pats in Week 12. Then you have the bye. Kind of recollect. I like having the bye at Week 13 because you get to go through a lot of games. You get to rest, you get to heal up, and then you get to get ready to go for the home stretch of this season. We'll get to week 14 and on in a second, but first, get hooked up with these awesome deals we have right now. Go to chatsports.com/NYG sale. Giants Nike gear is on sale. Y'all know I'm a Nike guy, so just do it and go to the link, chatsports.com/NYG sale. We've got the pullover. We've got the Giants shirt with the logo. We got the Darren Waller jersey, and I like the pocket logo as well. But this guy right here might be the best tight end in the NFL. Get your shirts today, chatsports.com/NYG sale. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's video. After the bye, an extended rest. You go from bye week to Monday Night Football, so you get more than just the regular bye. And I think Wink Martindale is going to take advantage of Jordan Love. I think Love has potential in this league. I think he's going to be a solid player, but I don't think he's ready to defeat this football team. On Monday night, on ESPN, Giants are beating the Packers. Also, Giants are beating Derek Carr. Like, come on. Come on. Giants are a better football team than the Saints. They just are. I don't know if I have to convince you guys of that. I think the Saints have one of the worst coaches in the NFL in Dennis Allen. I think Derek Carr is solid. Will Michael Thomas be playing at that point? And that's a fair question. I have a dub over the Saints at week 15. Week 16 on Christmas. I want the Giants to win this game more than anything in the world. But I don't think the Giants are ready to beat the Eagles, unfortunately. I want this to be a win. I want to beat the Eagles. I want to ruin the Eagles' Christmas. I just don't know if we're ready yet. I don't know if we're ready to beat the Eagles. So I have a loss against them in week 16. But you get right back on track week 17 against Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, and Cooper Kupp, if Stafford or Kupp are even playing at that point. A lot of people are expecting the Rams to have a bounce-back year. I think with an older team, I don't necessarily see that. Kupp's already injured, dealing with injuries, may not play week 1. I don't believe in Matt Stafford anymore. Those shoulder injuries for a quarterback are nothing to play about, and I think that's going to continue to hinder him. So week 18 against the Eagles, I don't see the Giants winning that one either. I want to beat the Eagles. I wanted so desperately to say that we split with the Eagles. I know the Eagles got worse. New offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, lost a lot of players on defense. I just think across the offensive line, across the defensive line, they are still going to dominate us in the trenches. And everything I know about football and outcomes of games is dependent on the trenches. So I just don't think the Giants are ready to contend with the Eagles. So I had the Giants at what, Smitty?
It'd be 11-6.
So I have the Giants at 11-6. Is it a little bit ambitious? Maybe. But if you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and you don't have that trip-up game, and you beat the Commanders twice, you find a way to split with the Cowboys, I don't see 11-6 being unreasonable. I'll ask you, what is your record prediction for the Giants this year? Last year, I had the Giants at 10-7. The frickin' tie against Washington screwed me. Let me know what your record prediction for Big Blue is this year. I got him at 11-6. As always, I just want to say thank you and appreciate everybody that tunes in to all the videos here on this channel. Remember, you can give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Let's talk some ball over there. Smitty, we've gone through the schedule now.
Yes, sir.
Is 11-6 unrealistic?
No.
I don't.
It's not.
I know I'm biased. I know I'm a fan. I don't think 11-6 after going through that schedule is crazy.
My only gripe with the schedule is you really didn't have a slip-up.
No slip-up game.
No slip-up.
It's because we're well coached.
That is true. Discipline means no slip-ups. You saw that if anybody watched the Florida Gators last night. They had about a bazillion pre-snap penalties that were just completely undisciplined. The Giants, they're not in that camp. Brian Dable is a genius when it comes to this stuff, and he's a no bullshitter either. He's a get in your face, make sure the work's getting done, and there's no nonsense.
I would say 10-7 is actually my record prediction, I predict there will be a game that we're supposed to win that we will lose, or maybe we lose to the Cowboys twice and we lose to the Eagles twice again, and you end up going 10-7. But I don't think 11-6 is out of line, but I do feel more confident in 10-7.
Yeah.
I just don't know where that extra loss comes from. If I had to say, unfortunately, I do think it would be week 1 against the Cowboys. Or maybe you lose that Seahawks game or something like that.
Yeah, but
maybe you lose to the Patriots.
The thing is, though, you have the Niners loss. I think you guys could beat the Niners.
I think we could beat the Niners.
I legitimately think you guys could beat the Niners. The Saints is a game I could see. Where is that game? Honestly, let me look real quick on the.
I don't remember where it was.
I want to see where that game is because legitimately,
they're a better team at home.
It's at New Orleans.
Maybe that's the slip-up
That
game.
might be the slip-up.
But I don't think they're a good team. I could be wrong. I don't study the Saints like that.
They're going to look like a good team this year because they have the weakest schedule in football.
Yeah, the NFC South is a joke.
Yeah, it's horrific.
NFC South is a joke, so there's a chance there. But I feel confident in 10-7. I know I said 11-6, but I think 10-7 is fair. I think 10-7 is fair. We do have a mailbag coming up in a second. Use hashtag Giants in the comment section right now. Ask a question, anything Giants related. We're going to answer it on the mailbag. I love doing these mailbags, just getting to interact with you guys one-on-one, answering your questions. So I want to hear from y'all. Light up the comment section for me. Rosario, Isaac, Magic Man, Nope, Kyle, D. Riggs, Joe. What up, D. Riggs? My guy.
We're trying to chop it up.
Yeah. I want to do this mailbag. If we don't get enough questions, we won't do it. You have to include hashtag Giants, just like it looks like on the screen. That way, producer Smitty can use our software and pop it up on screen. We'll get your name, we'll get your picture, we'll get your question up on there, and we'll answer it.
It's a great advertisement for the mailbag right there. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought that was all right.
That was pretty good. You verbalized very well how this works and how easy it is to get on the show.
You got to use hashtag Giants, and it's got to look like that.
Well,
or lowercase g.
Or all lowercase, or all uppercase if you're feeling like a freak.
Yeah, if you are an all caps typer, now's your time to shine.
Yeah, actually, it's even better sometimes if you do all caps because not as many people do that, and you'll be at the front of the line.
John Lieberman gets a question. John, what's going on, my man? Hope you're having a good Friday. My man, Nope, Eagle Killer Edition got one in. Rosario Guzzo got one in. William Lano got one in. MT43 got one in. I need all of y'all to get one in. Hashtag Giants or Super Chats. Super Chats skip the line. If we have any questions that came in Super Chats, Smitty, that you think are applicable, put them in. If they're not applicable,
we do have some.
If they do, put those in. If they're not, they're just like, talking shit. That's fine. We don't have to include them. But if you Super Chat a Giants-related question, we'll put that on the screen. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat, and Smitty will choose which ones are the best ones.
Yeah, I'm a good choice, so don't worry.
We also have our Giants-Cowboys preview, which we'll knock out, and then we'll get to the mailbag. We're at $347 in Super Chats. I said if we get to 500, I'll do a beer boot. Let's run through. Did we get any Super Chats?
Since we've last looked, no, we covered all of them.
Okay. John said, doing my best. Love that. All right. I don't know if Rob Simpees is going to pick up because we do not have that in there. But Joey, we appreciate you. Andrew, we appreciate you. Jimmy, John Lieberman said we missed him. Can we put John Lieberman Super Chat in?
Yeah, I don't think we did, but maybe we did.
Man, Johnson, you is in the building. John says, doing my best.
Appreciate you, John.
John, one, thank you. We appreciate you, too. This is more than enough. I know we like to have fun with the Super Chats. We like to do the bangs, and we like to do the drinking. But the easiest way to support this channel, Smitty, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. Yeah. Share the link. If you like the video, if you comment and you're subscribed, you're a real one in my book. I know the Super Chats are awesome, but that's all you got to be a real one. And being a real one means a lot to me because after every video, I go into the comment section and I know who tunes in. And that's why maybe I show a little bit of love to more people than other people because I know who tunes in. I know Joey DeLuca watches every single video and he comments every single day. And that's why Joey's my guy. John, you're doing more than enough, my man. Thank you. Queenie back again with a $20 Super Chat. Queenie,
go, Queenie.
You are amazing. I think we lose to the Saints and upset Philly on Christmas.
See, that's a good take. I like that.
I would accept that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You
Like-
want to beat the top tier talent. You can deal with a slip up because then you just get back on track.
Like if that was an offer to me, Queenie, from the football gods, yes, I would do that for sure. I want to beat the Eagles so bad.
Would you rather beat the Eagles or the Jets? Maybe in a regular year, like you definitely would rather beat the Eagles, but this year it seems personal with the NYJ.
Yeah. I would say Eagles because it's at the end of the season and winning on Christmas is always going to be fun.
And it's going to matter more at the end
And
of
it's
the
going to
day.
matter more. It's going to determine seeding for the playoffs.
The Jets game it's just a vendetta.
Yeah, like Twitter's going to go crazy that day. I would swap out a loss to the Saints and a win against Philly all day long, Queenie. I would do that all day long. Thank you so much, Queenie, for your consistent support. It means the world to us. As Ray comes in with their first ever super chat. Ray, we appreciate it. Let's do it for Ray. For Ray! That's right. Anytime someone sends in a super chat for the first time, we got a little two-clap special for you, my man.
That was tight. That was on time.
I thought that one sounded good.
Yeah,
That felt crisp. That felt crisp. It was like a read option, and we were on the same page.
Oh, yeah.
And we were right there. A little RPO action. Ray, if you have a question, drop it in the comments. Just include hashtag Giants, and Smitty will make sure to make it a priority.
100% we'll get Ray up on the mailbag if he's got a good question using hashtag Giants.
Agreed. All righty, let's get into this preview.
Yep.
And then we'll close it out with the mailbag in about 20 minutes, and then we're going to sign up out of here. The Friday Live was kind of a hit. I'm kind of feeling this.
Absolutely.
Dude, should we go live on Fridays all the time? Maybe. Let me check my Twitter feed and make sure nothing is happening. Not seeing anything, so that's cool. All righty. We're going to go through my Giants-Cowboys preview and my 5 keys to victory. Magic Man, you a real one, brother. Thank you, Magic Man. Rosario Guzzo, we love you. Johnson, you says Seep's voice sounds different. Well, it's not Seep's.
It is not.
It is not Seep's. Johnson, it's actually my man Smitty, Tyler Smith, and he's a Celtics fan, and it pisses me the hell off.
See, you didn't have to tell him all that. I thought we were getting a good rapport.
But Johnson, is a Giants and Knicks fan, and he's a Knicks Now legend.
Oh, well, see, I despise the New York Knicks.
Smitty's still new here. Smitty's still new. He's doing a great damn job.
Appreciate it.
But Jay Liv and Johnson, we're going to make Smitty's nights hell sometimes when they play the Celtics this year. He's going to be wearing Knicks gear on stream, and he doesn't even know it. You don't know it, but you will. You will. You will.
Come close to Knicks gear.
We get $1,000 in soups, and we set that as a goal. You'll be doing it.
Oh, ridiculous.
That's crazy. All righty, let's get into my Giants-Cowboys preview. Make sure you're muted for this cut.
Yep.
And then, let's do it. All righty, let's dive into it. Giants-Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. Let's preview it. The Giants will take on the Dallas Cowboys in Week 1 of the NFL season on Sunday Night Football. We're going to be live on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed. But before we dive into my keys to victory for this game, I want to hear from you. Who do you got in Week 1? Is it the New York Giants or is it the Dallas Cowboys? Predict which team will be victorious. Type G for the Giants, type D for Dallas. Let me know what you think. Giants, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football, Week 1. Have you heard that story before? Because in my 28 years of living, I feel like I've experienced half of my life. It's always Giants, Cowboys, Week 1. And if the Giants want to beat these fools, big number 99 has to step up. So you look at the betting odds in this ball game. The Cowboys enter as the favorites. They're 3.5-point favorites against the Giants. The total over-under is 46.5. So Vegas is telling you they're expecting for points to be put up on the board. And kind of my thought process is, if the Giants want to win this game, they need to find a way to hold the Cowboys to under 24 points. I think that's the sweet spot. I think if you do that, you're going to be in a good spot to go 1-0 once again, like you did last year against the Tennessee Titans. Let's dive into my 5 keys to victory. Number 1, and this might sound like chalk. Start fast. If you watched Giants football last year, you know that the Giants were one of the slowest starting teams in the National Football League last year. I mean, when you look at their average points per first quarter, all of last year, the Giants on average scored just 2.8 points per game in the first quarter. That's 28th in the NFL. Why is it important to start fast? Because the Cowboys were one of the best starting teams in the NFL last year. In that same first quarter average, the Cowboys averaged 5.1 points per game, which was 7th in the NFL. But it's not just why you need to start fast in the first quarter. You need to do better, just overall as an offense in that first half. The Giants averaged just 8.8 points per game last year in the first half, which was 27th in the NFL. Compared to the Cowboys, they averaged 13.1 points per game in the first half, which is 9th in the NFL. All those stats bring me to this point. If you're able to start fast, if you're able to put points on the board early, you can turn the Dallas Cowboys offense into a one-dimensional functioning engine. Because when Dak is at his best, it's when he can drop back and he's unpressured and he can throw it all over the yard. He can hand it off to Tony Pollard. He can throw a swing pass to Pollard. But when they're playing from behind the Cowboys, the defense of the Giants can pin their ears back, put pressure on Dak. If you start fast and you have a similar first drive like you did in the Week 2 preseason game against the Carolina Panthers, Giants are going to be in a good spot. The biggest on-field key for me, though, is this. Protect Daniel Jones. You have to find a way against the Dallas Cowboys defensive line that features Micah Parsons, that features DeMarcus Lawrence. You have to find a way to keep number 8 upright in the pocket because you weren't able to do that last year. The Cowboys have one of the best pass rushes in the National Football League. I believe they were top 5 in the NFL in sacks in the 2022 season. And when you talk about the lack of protection that Daniel Jones had last year versus the Cowboys had 8 sacks. 8 sacks in the 2 games against the Giants last year. You're not going to be able to win games if your quarterback is constantly under pressure, constantly under duress, having to buy time and run out of the pocket, being chased down by Micah Parsons, chased down by DeMarcus Lawrence. The Giants allowed 8 sacks versus Dallas in 2022. That's a problem. You can't do that again. You simply can't. And you know who I'm looking at? I'm looking at Evan Neal. Evan Neal struggled tremendously last year against the Dallas Cowboys. He wasn't able to protect and block Micah Parsons. He wasn't able to protect and block DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, I don't want to see this again. I don't want to see Daniel Jones being absolutely terrorized by the Dallas Cowboys pass rush. And last year, they were able to do whatever they wanted to do. Dan Quinn dialed up pressure after pressure, and he found ways to end up with a result like this. I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see Evan Neal looking back at Daniel Jones and say, hey, you need help off the ground? You need help getting the turf out of your helmet? You need help cleaning off the blood of your elbow? I don't want to see that anymore. And if the Giants have any more plays like this year, you are going to be in a world of trouble. I believe Andrew Thomas is going to hold his own. I think John Michael Schmitz is going to be solid in his first game in the NFL. The interior pass rush for the Cowboys doesn't really scare me. But 73. I think he's a big key in this game. Show him some love. Stand up for our second-year right tackle, former number 7 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Type those 73s and stand up for Evan Neal. Show him some love. I know an offensive tackle is a big piece of an offense. And if he can be good this year, this offense is going to be special. I really, really do believe that. Type those 73s. On the defensive side of the ball, a big key, get pressure on Dak Prescott. If you let Dak just sit in the pocket and methodically sit back there with no thought of being hit, and he's throwing it to CD, and he's throwing it to Brandon Cooks, and he's finding Tony Pollard, he's finding the tight ends, he's hitting Michael Gallup, you're going to be cooked. You have to find a way to put pressure on Dak. Because when you make him come off his first read, he's not the same quarterback. Dak's a good quarterback. I'm going to admit that. I mean, look, the Cowboys have been one of the best teams in the NFL consistently since Dak has been there. But 15 INTs last year. And he missed time. 15 INTs for Dak last season. If you are able to stop Dak, if you're able to put pressure on him, he will have turnover-worthy plays, and you better catch the ball, Adoree Jackson, when he hits you in the chest, unlike last year. It's on these guys, though. Kayvon Thibodeau, stand up. Leonard Williams, stand up. Dexter Lawrence, stand up. A'Shawn Robinson, stand up. Azeez Ojulari, stand up. Boogie Basham, what are you going to do in your first game for the New York Football Giants? Will Jordan Riley get any run? Will Rakeem Nunez-Roches be in there? Will Jihad Ward get some pressure? You need one of these defensive linemen to take over, be a havoc creator, be a disruptor, and be in the grill of Dak Prescott 24/7. If you let Dak just sit back in that pocket, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Another guy I want to see coming off the edge, putting pressure on number 4, number 19 for Big Blue. I need Isaiah Simmons to put pressure on Dak Prescott. Wink Martindale, if you're watching, put 19 on a blitz. 6'4", 4'3", 40, 245 pounds. We saw what he did in the game against the New York Jets in the preseason. 1 pass rush rep, 1 QB pressure, forced him to a throwaway. I want 19 coming off the edge. Same side as Kayvon Thibodeau. That's a lot of speed, my man. A lot of speed. You got to get pressure on Dak. We'll talk more about my keys to victory in a second, but I got to tell you about our awesome sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code CHAT125, and they are going to match your initial deposit bonus of up to 125%. Meaning, you put $100 into your account, they'll match it, and then you'll have up to $225 to bet with. But to get the deal, you got to do these 2 steps. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125, and do it with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. The Giants are underdogs in the week 1 against the Cowboys. I'm a big dog. I'm betting money line. Giants, money line. Let's get to it. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125. A big key for the Giants offense this year, and specifically in this game, create explosive plays. Find a way to push the ball down the field. Find a way to create more chunk plays. I think this is a very interesting stat. This isn't just a Giant stat. This is a stat of across the whole National Football League. Let's look at it. If you, of all 32 teams, this is all the data that was collected. If you had one play on a drive of more than 15 yards last year, you had a 51% chance of dancing in the end zone and the ref going like this. If you did not have a play of 15 plus yards, you only scored on 5.9% of those drives. And why does that matter for the Giants versus the Cowboys? Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league. You can't be scared to attack downfield. You can't be scared to throw the ball deep to Darius Slayton, to Jalen Hyatt. Where are the double moves? Can I get a double move on Trayvon Diggs? Can we get a pump fake and I see Jalen Hyatt take Diggs up the sideline? You can't be scared because with the Cowboys having one of the best defenses in the NFL, they were a top 10 scoring defense last year, it's going to be hard to piece together drives. They allowed just 19 points per game last year, 4th best in the NFL. They are a good defense. It's going to be hard to go first down after first down after first down after first down. Can we get an easy touchdown? Can we get a Slayton backside post? Can we get a Paris Campbell get loose? Can we get a Jalen Hyatt stop and go? Creating big plays will be paramount if this team wants to walk out victorious and be 1-0 going into week 2 against the Cardinals. The most chalky of the chalk. Don't beat yourself. When you're the underdog, you got to do the little things. Win the turnover battle. Be the better special teams team. Win time of possession. Win the field advantage battle. You have to find a way to not beat yourself. Take care of the ball. Daniel Jones, you were great taking care of the ball last year. But the 2 most important words I just said were last year. Do it again this year. He has to take care of the ball. He's going to be under pressure. He's going to be sacked. You can't allow a bad play turn into a horrible play. You can't have a sack turn into a strip sack. You also have to win in the special teams. Execute. No special teams touchdowns. I can't have Kevontae Turpin take a punt or a kickback for the Dallas Cowboys. You have to be good in the special teams department. I trust in Graham Gano. No doubt about it. Jamie Gillen, I can't say the same. I am worried about our punter situation right now for the New York Giants. So, I need Gillen to be good. Also, when Dak Prescott gives you the opportunity to create a turnover-worthy play, do it. Take advantage of turnovers. If there's a turnover, go put up 7 instead of 3. You get inside the red zone. Let's get 7. Losers settle for 3. And if the Giants settle for 3 more than 7 on Sunday night against the Cowboys, you're going to walk out 0-1. Don't beat yourself. Take care of the football. Pressure on Dak. Do the little things. And the Giants are going to come out victorious. We're going to be going into week 2, 1-0. Predict the score for me down below in the comment section. I want to hear from all of you. Giants, Cowboys, week 1, Sunday night football. Everybody's eyes are going to be on us. Predict the score. Let me know what you think down below. As always, just want to say thank you, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Giants Now by Chat Sports. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_.
How we doing after that?
That was crazy by you.
I was being Hemi Butler.
Was Jace just dropped the rock?
I think he just dropped the rock. There was nothing there. I was going stupid on the 1s and 2s. You guys didn't see any of that because it was so damn smooth, but I was cooking.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Sincerely says 31-28 Giants. Lando says 28-14. Magic Man says, I love you, Marsh. I love you, brother. AJ Chaka, 27-24. D. Riggs, 27-17. Rosario Guzzo, 27-24. Magic Man, 24-20. Evan says 24-21.
What else we got?
That's about it. We did have some super chats roll in.
Okay.
Let's roll through those super
roll through
chats,
those.
and then we're going to close out the show with a mailbag.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's roll through the super chats, and then let's close out the show with a mailbag. Dylan came in with a $10 super chat. Says, who do you think will have more yards for our offense this year, Saquon or Waller or Sleeper? I'm going to go Saquon just because of the rushing and receiving aspect, but that doesn't mean I don't believe in Darren Waller. And who or a Sleeper who's not getting enough recognition? I think the only 2 players that could lead this team in yards are Saquon or Waller. If I had to go with a third, though, it would be Darius Slayton. Let's hit this in the mailbag, too, as well.
I will.
Chris Daniels, I'll give a more thought-out answer there in the mailbag. Chris Daniels says, Giants spank Philly on Xmas. Great birthday gift for me. Great birthday gift for you. Great Christmas gift for me. I've already wrote out my list to Santa. I said I don't want anything except to win against the Eagles. Hopefully Big St. Nick comes through. Chris.
My bad on that, by the way.
It was a first-timer? Dylan came in
bad.
with a first-time super chatter. For Dylan. Jesus,
That was
Smitty.
bad. It was bad all around. I dropped the ball.
Smitty,
man.
Brett, I think we need to take Smitty to clap school. It's
Clap
embarrassing.
school.
All right.
All right.
First time super chatter for doing. Jesus, we are all over the place.
That was even better. I got the boss coming in. Look.
Do y'all need it? Come grab it.
Oh, stop it. Stop. There absolutely have been some.
Lando said put seeps in.
Listen, if we could, we would. If we could, we would.
Can I include 2 clap for doing? That was better. Smitty's still way off. This man's reaction time blows.
Listen.
It blows.
My bad, guys.
Hopefully he doesn't have the clap. We did get a $50 super chat from Rob Rodriguez. Bang! Type those double R's in the comment section as AJ says the off-key clap. We'll get it right.
We're going to get it.
We'll get it right.
First time on Giants Live.
It was. You're doing a great job, Smitty. You're doing a great job. Queenie, typing double R. AJ, typing double R. Brian is typing double R. Rosario Guzzo is typing double R. King Lobo says 3128. Rosario says love Corinne. Is Corinne here today? I haven't seen her sweet soul. I love Corinne. She tunes in all the time. Did not miss a single game day stream last year. Corinne is a sweetheart. Nope says the sync between them is perfect in that super chat announce. We've got the super chats down. We got to work on the claps.
Yeah.
He says,
we were low-key harmonizing right there.
I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of fire. My man Rob, the legend, says as long as the Giants stop the run, we will win. Dak isn't beating us. It's Trey Lance's team. Oh, low key. Bryce says we need Seeps back. Be nice to Smitty.
Listen, I understand. I'm dropping the ball on the claps, and I need to.
You're doing a good QB2 though. You're having a good You're doing a Colt McCoy type performance against the Seattle Seahawks.
I shouldn't say Cooper Rush. No, no, I shouldn't say that here.
You look like Colt McCoy when he beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
Chill.
Was that a dig?
That's nightmare. That's nightmare fuel for me, honestly. My friends at home cook me about that game since it's happened. Now I got to come back. Well, listen, we beat you last time. We're gonna beat you this time. It's all respect, though. It's all respect.
That's cap. Rob, the fact that the Cowboys traded for Trey Lance, does that mean they kind of don't believe in Dak? I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's something to be said that Dak is 30 years old now, damn near, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just led the league in interceptions. He's promised he'd get him down. What if he breaks that promise? What happens then? What happens if he throws 14 this year? Does that count? Are they going to be happy because he decreased his interpace picks by 1? I don't know. I think it'll be good for Trey Lance, though. I think there's a chance that he starts a football game for the Dallas Cowboys eventually. But Dak's job is not in jeopardy as of right now. What do you think, Marsh?
They didn't trade for him for nothing. Did they give up a 4th-round pick for a backup quarterback? That seems kind of wild.
When you look at it at face value, 4th-round pick for Trey Lance, yeah, that's crazy. 4th-round pick for backup quarterback might be even crazier. That doesn't happen. That's a lot. What do you guys think? You guys think Trey Lance will start a game for the Cowboys? Let us know in the comments, in the chat. What do we got? Just got people spamming RR. Look at John Lieberman and King Lobo. Beasts.
Rob Simpy says he'll either get it together or we'll run him off like Rolly. What do you got to say about that?
Wait.
I'm talking about you.
What happened?
He said he'll either get right or we'll run him off like Rolly.
Listen, I am not afraid of the Giants now chat. I ain't even afraid of the GOAT, Rob Rodriguez. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to be better. And I'll be doing more of these Giants Now streams when Seeps can't. I'll tell you that much right now.
I do like the fact that you are a New Yorker, even more than me. I was born on Long Island, only lived there for a year, but you're a New Yorker through and through.
I am. Listen, maybe not in the sports field. I'm a huge New York Yankee fan. For anybody in the chat, big-time Yankee fan, love my pinstripes, even though they're the most embarrassing franchise in sports. But, yeah, New Yorker through and through. I do love being here and interacting. Like, I had a big smile on my face when we were going through Shout Out Your City. And there was a couple places out there that I'm nearby.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Hudson Valley, Goshen, New York, if anybody's ever heard of it. Hudson Valley, Orange County, Pearl River. That was one of the ones
He
I
said
noticed.
Parrot River.
Yeah, you said Parrot.
No, they said Parrot.
Yes, they said Parrot. They definitely misspelled because I've never heard of a Parrot River. Unless it's not in New York, but I'm pretty sure it said New York after. Pearl River has the best St. Patty's Day parade in the state.
Does it?
Yes, it's unbelievable. It's a great time.
Favorite local pizza shop for you?
Ooh, favorite local pizza? I mean, I'm not as local to New York City as you think.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider that local.
Okay. There's not like no mom and pops by you?
Oh, I have 5 within
That's what
walking
I'm
distance
saying.
from
That's
my
what I'm
home,
saying.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a spot that everybody loves. I loved it growing up. I don't love it as much now. It's called Amore's. That's right.
Why
right
do
down
you
the
not
street.
love it as much anymore?
I just don't think that the ingredients are super high quality. The crust, gas. They drizzle it in butter.
Oh,
It's
sheesh.
so good. But my favorite spot in my town right now is this Village Pizza. It's just called Village Pizza. It's been owned by the same family for 100 years, and it is nasty looking in there, but it is not nasty when you take a bite. It is fantastic stuff, and I love it. Village Pizza.
Whenever I go back, I only want cheese pizza.
Only cheese pizza.
All that extra stuff on there takes away from it.
No, like actually, like all across the country, like wherever else I've been, here, Buffalo, out by where I went to college, it's like pepperoni's a lock. No, if you're like
You're getting a regular slice.
you're getting if you're going to getting a slice in New York,
It's cheese.
it's cheese. It's just a cheese. It's just
Agreed.
plain, and by the way, that means plain slice.
Yeah.
By the way,
Plain, aka regular.
It's just plain slice. Nobody calls it a cheese slice around where I'm from. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat can attest to that. One plain slice, give me $2.50, and we'll get out of here.
They don't do the dollar slices anymore.
Oh God, not by where I live. You can find dollar slices in Manhattan or wherever, but it's few and far between. It's also not great quality.
I bet.
Joe's Pizza in Manhattan.
Does
Gas.
Joe's actually live up to the hype?
Yes, it's so good.
Okay, because that's
It's
the one.
fire.
That's like the commercial, like.
It is the commercial it's the
Touristy.
tourist pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff though. I mean, listen, people like to shit on Dave Portnoy. His pizza reviews are legit. Like, he doesn't give out bad scores.
No, I actually love that content.
Oh, it's great content. I don't know if anybody saw the one yesterday, but it's phenomenal.
I heard yesterday's was good.
Phenomenal stuff.
Where'd he go?
The owner, he was in, I don't know, it was like Sourdough, Massachusetts, whatever the place was called. And the owner of the business came out and just started shit-talking him, calling him terrible for small businesses. It was a whole argument. Dave was giving him FUs here, left and right. And they had this other, like, guest random guy walking on the street that was just chiming in here and then. And it was just peak pizza reviews, if you're familiar with them. It was just gold.
They're asking for a Yankees Now channel. We actually do have a Yankees Now channel. We did some watch parties in the postseason. If they didn't suck, I was going to be down to do some again this year.
I'd be on that this year for 100%.
But maybe we got to wait till next year.
Yeah, it's the Yankees' fault. We're not doing any Yankees postseason watch parties. It's just quite literally their fault.
It is their fault. All righty. Let's
do
close
it.
out today's show with the mailbag. We're up to $437 in Super Chats. If we get to 500, we're closing out the show with the beer boot. We're 63 away. 63 away. I'd like for someone else besides Rob Rodriguez to step up. I'll leave it up to you guys, though. John says Yankees Now would be great. My man EKE says Marsh is our New York man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. All righty. Smitty, let's close it out with the mailbag.
Let's do it. All right. Hold on 1 second.
Smitty getting us set up. If you last chance to get your question in, hashtag Giants or Super Chats. All Super Chats that are Giants related will skip the line. Lord Buddy Bear says 437, Niners at 736. You're going to lose to them. Is that what the Niners channel got to the other day? Is that what the Niners channel got to the other day, Buddy Bear? Buddy Bear says 736. Well, Buddy Bear, if we had your support like you support the Niners channel, we might be all right. How much does Buddy Bear have to send in for Trace Gerard to do a beer bong? We're at 439. I said if we got to 500, I'd do a boot. All right. Buddy Bear, we're $60 away from 500. If we get there, your boy Trizzy Trace, he's going to do a beer bong with us. My man John Lieberman came in with a $2 super chat and said, Yankees now. Look, if the Yankees won, we would do it, but they suck, and I hate Brian Cashman.
And Aaron Boone, but he's a scapegoat.
Yeah, he's the scapegoat. He's the scapegoat.
Still a loser, but whatever. All right, you want to do a mailbag?
Let's do the mailbag, and let's bounce up out of here. John, we appreciate the super chat, my man. Coming up on today's show, we're just going to answer questions from subscribers. Game day is just around the corner. Giants-Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. And I just love doing these mailbags, getting to interact with you guys. It's kind of our bread and butter here on Giants Now. I pride ourselves on being the most informative, entertaining, and interactive YouTube channel. And the backbone of that are these mailbags. So let's get into it. Dylan Michaels sends in a $10 super chat. First question says, who do you think will have more yards for our offense this year? Saquon Barkley, Darren Waller, or a sleeper who's not getting enough recognition? If I had to say who I think leads the Giants offense in yards, I'm going to go Saquon Barkley. Well, I'd go Daniel Jones, but we're talking receiving and rushing. I'm going to go Barkley because he is going to have rushing and receiving yards. And I think at this point, it's like we're kind of underappreciating what Barkley can do because we love the addition of Waller. We love Paris Campbell. We love a healthy Shep. We love Slayton. We love Hodgins. Like, with all those weapons, we love Hyatt. You can't just focus on 26 like you used to. If Barkley plays all 17 games this year, I'm not going to be shocked if he potentially has his best year in the NFL. Maybe it won't be the most carries or the most yards, but I could see him having the most yards per carry, and I could see him having his best receiving year for this team with so much focus on all the other playmakers that the Giants have. Andrew Long coming in says, any predictions on big season trades? I'm never going to rule out the idea of the Giants making a trade in season. Joe Shane was hesitant to do that last year, but I think last year's team wasn't in the spot that this year's team is to win ball games. Maybe a guy like Mike Evans. We've talked about the contract dispute that he has. Maybe he's a player that we look at. That would have to be my leading guess right now, Andrew. If the Giants did make a big season trade, I think Mike Evans would be that guy. My man William Lano, what up, brother? Says, which three teams do you want to beat the most? Giants, Cowboys, Jets. Giants, Cowboys, Eagles. Eagles, Cowboys, Jets. Eagles, Cowboys, Jets. Eagles, Cowboys, Jets. Those are the three teams. In order, Eagles, Cowboys, Jets. Those are the three teams I want to beat, man. I hate the Eagles, man. I hate the Cowboys. And the Hard Knock stuff with Rodgers and Jihad Ward and them calling it Jet Life Stadium. I'm just at the point where it's like they're the annoying ass little brother that I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Eagles, Cowboys, Jets. 3 teams I want to beat the most in order. What is your record prediction for the Giants this year? I have the Giants at 10-7, 11-6 if everything goes right. Let me know what you think. By the end of Week 18, what will be the Giants' record? Sound off for me down below in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. Let me know what you think when you get hit with this YouTube ad break. Jimmy, what up, man? He says, thank you for the super chat as well, Jimmy. Do you think any of our receivers have over 1,000 yards? I think the only pass catcher on this team that could potentially have more than 1,000 yards is Darren Waller. I think Darren Waller is the guy that has the best chance. I think if Waller stays healthy for 90% of this season, he's going to be right at or near 1,000 yards. I expect him to be the go-to target for Daniel Jones. I expect the Giants to scheme up the most plays for Darren Waller. I think he has the most talent of any pass catcher on this team, and he's in the prime of his career. So, Jimmy, I'm going to go with Darren Waller of any receiver. I think they can go over 1,000 yards. G-Men for life, my man. What's up, brother? $10 super chat. We appreciate it. Marsh, no worries with our offense. It's the defense that concerns me. Tell us a nice bedtime story about how our defense stops Dallas offensive weapons. I think, for me, the way that the Giants can beat the Cowboys week 1 on the defensive side of the ball, what do they have to do? They got to get pressure on Dak Prescott. They got to make his life hell. They got to be getting after him from all types of angles. Kayvon Thibodeau, Leonard Williams, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence. Those 4 guys need to have a field day. I also want to see Isaiah Simmons coming off the edge for the Giants. Wink Martindale has to dial it up. Look, you got 2 rookie outside corners in Adoree Jackson as well as Trey Hawkins. And I think that when you have 2 rookie outside corners that are trying to stop veteran receivers and CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, you're going to need pressure to help out those guys. So the front 4 for this team is going to have to get after Dak Prescott. Another thing, G-Men, is you got to stop the run. You can't have the Cowboys being comfortable handing the ball off to Tony Pollard 5 times and he has 20 times and he has 5 yards per pop and he has over 100 yards. So you at least have to take one of their strengths away. I love what Bill Belichick used to say about his defenses. Make them play with a hand behind their back. Take one of their strengths away. If you let the Cowboys throw the football over the field, you let them run all over the field, it's going to be an ugly day for the Giants. Take one of their strengths away. Make them one-dimensional and find a way to hold them to under 24 points. You do those things, you're going to put yourself in a good spot to go 1-0. What do you think the score will be, though, for the Giants? I want everyone right now to light up the comment section and predict the score. Giants, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. If I had to give my score prediction, let's go 27-23. 27-23 Giants over the Cowboys, week 1, rolling in to Arizona, week 2, with a 1-0 record. My man Grim, what's up, brother? $10 super chat says, who do you think is going to be the Giants' standout player in week 1 against Dallas? It's the Clown Boys on this channel, Cowgirls. What does that even mean anymore at this point? But I want it to be Kayvon Thibodeau because I want him to put the league on notice and get to a point where it's like he's going to be one of the best defensive ends in this league for the next 6, 7, 8 years. Giants have a blue chip prospect right there. Can it be Daniel Jones? Can we walk out of week 1 on Sunday night, wake up Monday morning and be like, we kind of got one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Can he do what he did against the Vikings in week 1? Rush for over 70 yards, throw for over 300, 3 total touchdowns. Who do I think is going to be a standout player? I'm going Darren Waller. Final answer. Darren Waller. Final. Give me 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown for number 12. Let's ride. MT43, what's up, my man? What is your biggest concern this season for the Giants? Health. It's health for me. Giants roster is somewhat top-heavy. You have guys at the top of the roster. Let's start on offense. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Darren Waller, Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball, Dexter Lawrence, Azeez Ojulari, Leonard Williams, Kayvon Thibodeau, Bobby Okereke, Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney. Like, you have a good top 12. But an Achilles heel for this Giants team is they're not the most deep team. Like, you get into player 35, 45, 53. You talk about the active 46. The depth for me is a little bit concerning. So I think a way to somewhat avoid having to play some of these depth guys so much is having your starters stay healthy. So for me, MT, my biggest concern is health. Waller's missed some time before. Barkley's missed time before. Evan Neal missed some time last year. Adoree Jackson has missed time. Xavier McKinney has missed time. So I'm going to go with health. Health and durability would be the answer for me. My man Johnson, what's up, my guy? He says, with DJ's extension, what does a step forward look like for Daniel Jones? Look, I think everybody asked me this question, and I'm going to give everybody the same answer that I give everybody. Get us back to the playoffs. Like, yes, I want him to throw more touchdowns. Yes, I want him to throw for more yards. Yes, I want him to be a more flashy stat padding quarterback. Like, that's cool and all. But the only thing that matters to me is winning. And if Daniel Jones can find a way to get the Giants back into the playoffs, back-to-back seasons, after inking a 4-year, $160 million deal, that's a step forward. Giants play, I think it was the third hardest schedule in the NFL this year based off of 2022 win percentage. So just win. Get back in the playoffs. And that's a step for me because that shows you he's able to do it. Not just a one-year wonder. He's able to be consistent. He's able to do it again. Yes, I want him to be better statistically. Stay low on turnovers. Only 5 interceptions last year. But overall, win games, get you back in the playoffs. And if you win another game, that's 2 playoff wins for Daniel Jones. It's more than Dak Prescott. It's more than Kirk Cousins. Not a lot of quarterbacks in this league have multiple playoff wins. Get back to the playoffs. That's what a step forward looks like for me. Make sure everybody is subscribed to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. Sub for Giants dubs. It's my favorite thing to say, and it puts it in the hands of all of you. Also, help us get to our goal of week 1. We're trying to get to 32.5 thousand subs by week 1. We're about 400 away. We can get there. Hit that sub button, sub for dubs. As always, just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with us for a couple of minutes. If you want to talk more Giants football and I didn't get to your question today, just send me a DM or mention me on Twitter, and I'll make sure to answer you. Dope. We had a couple of super chats rolled in. Smitty, let's hit the one from Jimmy, and then let's hit the one from Swaggy. And then we're going to bounce on out of here. We've already been live for 2 hours. We got a Rangers game to catch in 35 minutes. So we're going to bounce on out of here. We're $57 away from a beer boot. That's awfully short to fall. We'll do it if we get there. We've got about 5 minutes of man, Danny says best Giants content on YouTube. Don't make me blush, Danny. Don't make me blush. Jimmy, what up, brother? He says, think anyone has more than 10 sacks this year? I think the only player on this team that could potentially have more than 10 sacks is Azeez Ojulari. I think from a technicality and perspective, like when you're talking about technique as a pass rusher, I think Azeez Ojulari is the best on this team. It's the health with him, though, right? I think he had 6 or 7 sacks last year, only played in like 5 or 6 games, and only played in 50% of those snaps like 3 times. So I'm going to go with Azeez. If anyone has more than 10, it's Azeez. If he stays healthy for 16, 17 games this year, he could definitely have that opportunity. Man, Swaggy came in with a $2 super chat. Swaggy7, love it. Says, yo, how do you think Hyatt will perform this season? Can I get a couple of game-breaking plays for Hyatt? Look, 3rd-round pick. I'm not asking for 80 catches. I'm not asking for 1,000 yards. But can we be watching like 3 or 4 games this year and he pops off the TV, 60, 70, 80-yard touchdown, and you're like, that's why you take a guy like him. Game-changing, explosive plays. Let him become more of a consistent player and a guy that gets more snaps down the road. But overall, be a guy that when you're on the field, defensive coordinators have to take notice, like, oh shit, 13's over there, 13's over there. We got to back up. We can't get beat deep. And when they don't do that, you take advantage of it, you take the top off the defense, and you make a couple of game-breaking plays. That's all I want from him this year. Be a guy that, with one catch, you could change the dynamic of a football game, especially when you run a 4.40 like he does. Sean Harvey, my man, $5 super chat. Sean, hope your Friday is going good, my man. He said, it's been a long time since I've been this excited for the start of a new season. Let's go, Big Blue. Thanks for all your great work. Sean, I appreciate you, my man. We wouldn't be able to do work on this channel if people like Sean and everyone didn't watch, because they don't pay me to do content for people not to watch. So thank you to all of you guys. I wouldn't be doing what I do without the credit and appreciation for you guys. Danny says, can't wait for opening day, Marsh. Danny, we appreciate you. Lando says, we love you. You guys are being too nice, my man. Being too nice. All righty. I think we may have to sign off.
We got to a lot of your guys' stuff today.
We did. Chris Daniels.
We got a couple more. Listen.
Comes in. It will stay live as long as the super chats roll in. We're now $47 away from a beer boot. I'm down to start my Friday night with a beer boot. Let's ride. Chris Daniels says 13 deep for TD. I can't wait for this. Jones in the gun, making calls, directing traffic at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to his right, Hyatt by his left. Jones takes the snap, steps up, fires deep. Caught! Jalen Hyatt! Touchdown! Giants! I need that in my life. I want that to happen so bad week one. I need it. Week one. 13 deep for a touchdown. We've seen it. Oh! Queenie! A $50 super chat! Get the Queenies in the chat. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Let's go, Queenie.
Queenie, the MVP of the show. Queenie, are you on social media? Are you on any sort of social media, Queenie? Twitter, Instagram, either of those? Because I have some Giants merchandise that I want to send to you. I want to know.
Got an email?
Do you have an email? You have email? Do you have email, Queenie? If you have an email, the Chat Sports team wants to send you some gear. I just put my email, Queenie, in the chat. Just send me an email and we're going to talk, okay? If you just send me an email, marshall@chatsports.com, just send me an email and then we're going to take care of you. The bosses have told me we're taking care of you. So just send me an email and then we got some goodies for you. Smitty, you want to go make me a boot?
Yeah.
You want to make a happy dad boot?
Got you.
We're going to do a happy push over Jimmy's super chat. Then we'll close the show with one. Jimmy says, Marshall, or appreciate you, Marshall. You keep us updated. Jimmy, I appreciate you for tuning in because, like I said a couple of seconds ago, if people didn't watch, I wouldn't have a job. If I didn't have a job, I wouldn't be paying rent. And I don't want any other job in the world. I am the luckiest person in the world. I remember growing up, I like to tell this story. People say, Marshall, how did you get started doing sports broadcasting? And I'll always tell this story. I remember being a young kid, and sports was always a part of my life. I was playing tackle football at the age of 5. I have a brother who's 5 years older than me. When he was 7, I was 2 years old. My dad was my brother's football coach in Pee Wee. I was the mascot of the team, little 2-year-old Marsh out there. And I would be my mom, like, you know how football pants come with like the part for the thigh pad and the knee pad? For the pants to fit me, my mom would sew and cut the knee pad out, and I would just be wearing thigh pad football pants. And I say all that to say that I have been around this game forever, and the way that I got started was Me and my dad would always watch sports games together. And then we would always watch Sports Center. And I would always ask him, how do I get to be like that guy? How do I get to work on Sports Center? How do I get to talk about the highlights? And my dad always said, you got to go to Syracuse. You got to go to Syracuse. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means at this point. But, yeah, that's how I got into doing sports media. Lucky enough to have a dad and a family that always supported me and gave me the chance to chase my dreams. So if you're a parent out there, even though you may want to smack your kids every once in a while, give them the opportunities to chase their dreams. No, I'm not talking to my boss right here. I didn't point at him at all. No, but seriously, and no, I did not go to Syracuse. I was not smart enough to get into Syracuse. Oh, yeah, exactly. No, I was not smart enough to get into Syracuse. Look, you want to work here? Maybe go to North Texas. We got 3 alumni here. Or St. Bonaventure. Somehow that is the second, tied for second. No. I was kind of giving James an honorary degree. But I guess not. Nope says Marsh could have been a football player. I was at once a backup tight end at an NAIA football school for 6 months, and then I said, I'm done with this.
How many backups?
Well, we can open up the yearbook and talk about it. I actually started my first game as a 190-pound tight end because the returning tight end, who was going to be a senior, got in a fight in the last game of the prior season, and he got suspended for game 1, so I got to start. And then after that, I never started again. And then I never started again.
It sounds like the first season of.
Yeah. I'm lined up at tight end playing. NAI. If you don't know what that is, that's D3, maybe even worse. We're playing against a D2 school, Adams State. I'm trying to block a 6'3", 280-pound edge rusher. I didn't win one time.
NAIA, actually, there's Division I NAIA, but it's still probably.
I would say, if you're wondering NAIA to D3, that's how I say it. The top D3 schools are better than NAIA in football, but like everything else is kind of even. Because we played D3 schools and we beat a couple of them.
Yeah.
Nope says I could play linebacker and blitz. I was a little slot tight end, play a little quarterback, but I put on some LBs since then. That's what these Happy Dad boots do to you. The Happy Dad boots, the Bubs, that's what they do to you.
You don't want to tell them about the cannon of an arm that you used more recently than the tight end job?
No.
Keep that in the tank?
No.
Fair enough.
Jay Liv says, Marsh, you were a tight end. I played quarterback my whole life. And then my senior year, I switched to tight end. And then in college, I played like slot tight end, slot receiver. And then I gained freaking weight working here doing boots. All righty.
All right. I'm timing them.
For Queenie, for Rob Rod, I'm actually going to do this. Everybody that super chatted, Jimmy, Queenie, Chris, Sean, Swaggy, John Lieberman, Chris Daniels, Dylan Michaels, Ray Roman, Ambassador, Cameron Johnson, Lumbagus, Magic Man, Ambassador, Jay Liv, John Scheffler, Jimmy, AC, Rebel Montana, Grim, Gerald, Dave McDrip, Buddy Bear, G-Men for Life, Matt Lewis, Ambassador, everybody that super chatted today.
That was everybody.
I appreciate you guys. Happy Dad, boo, to end the show to the MVP, Queenie. Queenie, we love you. If you're still watching, send me that email. I'm going to take care of you.
Here we go. Chug, 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 chug. Come on, Marsh. Let's go. Happy Friday, everybody. This was a great stream. By the way, I was so happy to be here with everybody, pushing the ones and twos, filling in for Seeps. He'll be back next week, no doubt. And anytime that he's not, I'd love to step in and fill those shoes once again. Marsh is nearing the end of this boot. You can see the bubbles flowing. That's a lot of liquid for Mr. Green. Bang! 30 seconds. It is not a terrible time at all. It's probably in the top half, as you can see him struggling. The face is red. Wow. Catch his breath there. It's a lot of liquid, man. It's a lot going on.
I spilled a little.
Just a little.
Stop doing it. Stop. You are not. You are not the person that was supposed to do that. It's not you. But I appreciate you. It's not you. I know, but we know who was supposed to do it. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Exactly. All righty. As my bad tooth always acts up as I do a boot, it's brutal. I got to go out to
You got
Rob
a
Rod in
sensitive one up
Miami.
there?
I think I need a root canal. Yes. Yes, and it's catching up to me.
I got a sensitive tooth. I could need a root canal, but I don't know what happens when you need a root canal. Like I don't know why.
Rob Rod said I can go down to Miami and he's going to take care of me. Because
Is Rob Rod like an at-home dentist or something?
he, I honestly don't know. You're the man.
Shout out
You're
Sam
the man.
Brown.
Shout out Sam Brown. You guys are the man. All righty. Everybody that tuned in today, thank you. This was awesome. We had over 2,300 people tune in today. Over $500 in super chats. You know what the most important thing today is, Smitty?
We had fun.
We had fun, but we're 9 sleeps away from New York Giants football. Lord Buddy Bear says F Sam. It's not F Sam. It's not.
No, not today. Definitely not today. It's not.
I'm wearing a little bit of the happy dad here. We're gonna go to a Rangers baseball game and
Yeah, we're gonna be a little late, but it's all right. I was late last time I went. Only
hey,
missed
it's
a
not.
Shohei
It's 9
Ohtani
innings.
homer.
It's 9 innings.
It might be more. You never know.
Love you guys. Seriously, thank you for everything you do and the continued support. It means the world to me. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna sign off. Love you guys. See you later.